Hey, what's up, guys? Little Man with a Big Opinion here. So, I'm getting ready to pour a bowl of cereal. And before I was going to pour this bowl of cereal, or one of the things I typically do while I'm eating a breakfast, is I'm checking the news. Scrolling through the phone, seeing what's out there. And I stumbled across an article from The Guardian that says McDonald's, for the first time in 4 years, had a decrease in their sales. And they predict that for the next several quarters, there's going to be a decrease in their sales. So I read through the article, did a little bit more research, and while no one in the media is really talking about it anymore, inflation is still a thing. This gallon of milk that we purchased a couple days ago, I think it was $3.09, and you can look up past prices, and 2020 it was $2.19. This box of cereal from Sam's is like $7.40 because it's the XL box from Sam's, and 2020 it was about $4.90. I mention these generic things going up because what they're saying with McDonald's, I don't know if it's still the cheapest fast food place to go to, but it's in that category of affordable. They're pushing out ways to try to, make their money back up. But they said part of the reason why things are getting more expensive was the cost of paper, food, and labor has gone up 40%. If you haven't been paying attention to just the standard inflation, the last 4 years across the board, its average is it's either 20.78 or 21.78, but fairly close to that number. So what used to cost $100 now costs at least $120 if you're averaging things out. A lot of the big groups out there ran this guy's story from Walmart that he could, because they have an option, do you want to just reorder everything that you've ordered? And in 2019, it was like $109 to order the 45 items that he ordered. And to do it now, it was like $445 or some high number. I keep up with this stuff because I have a pretty set budget for prepping. When I was still in college, I was able to afford, several $100s a month because I had less bills and less responsibility. But in the time of moving up here, because I moved 9 hours away from my college to be closer to family. So 2021 May till now, just my grocery budget used to be $400, and part of that a month, and part of that $400 was also we're gonna go out to eat. We're going to spend more on snacks. We're gonna splurge and get fancier things. That is now increased to about $630 a month to get the same food at home and doing less going out to eat. So, from a prepping perspective, I get to spend less money on the fun stuff back here. I picked up two 20 round boxes of the 556 green tip for the month of August, and that's the entire prepping budget. And that's with getting a raise from work. Now, I don't know what it is yet because it's going to be some sort of stipend, and I'll get that first check in September. And hopefully, I'll figure out this week what it is to re-budget everything. But that's just a discussion about food. The ammo has very clearly gone up. Gas has gone up, which makes everything else go up. And so, if you don't see a lot of, new preps out of the channel, it's because, our system doesn't really allow it right now. But it's also a really good reason to prep. I was talking with my aunt today because we went to Walmart, and they're selling these for $9.98 at my Walmart. I have some of these, and I would have to go back into, videos and find it. But I remember buying those for $5.99. And I still have some of them from when I bought them for $5.99. Pull this back out again. 560 calories. So a pretty decent meal if you're me and only need to consume 1,700 calories to maintain yourself. It's 560 calories whether you paid $5.99 for it or $9.98 for it. So if you're still on the fence about prepping, putting food away, putting water away, putting supplies away in general, that Mountain House meal is, let's see, I keep pulling it out and putting it back up. So they're up to 30 years on what they can put for the Best Buy. So this one is good till April 2050. So that means this was purchased in 2020. It still has another 26 years just based off of what the FDA says they have to put on there. As long as it stays in a cool, dry place and the packaging doesn't get damaged, the science says it's going to last forever. So if I have to crack that open and eat it, I'm saving myself about $4 for a meal, which, you lose your job, your home gets destroyed, those are the simple ones where I don't have to worry so much about how am I going to feed myself and my family. I can put that money towards other problems. And then it gets into the more, serious, far off, parachutes start falling from the sky. And you might be lucky that it happens right after you went grocery shopping and you've got a week or 2 weeks worth of food. Or it could be a bad day and it happens, a few hours before you're going to go to the grocery store and you've got, a can of peaches and, a bag of chips, and that's what you got in your house. So figure out your expenses. Figure out all of the needs, rent, mortgage, the bills that have to get paid every month. And then whatever's left, and I'm not a financial person, but you should put something away into savings or retirement or an emergency fund. But once you're making that, new payment, Then you've got your fun stuff and your prepping budget. And if you kind of turn this into a lifestyle, they blend together. So that's something to think about. And you'll be surprised at how quickly stuff starts to pile up. And hopefully, if you're a sane person, you'll also start to, have this calm of something bad happens, and I'm not like 90% of America that is waiting for someone with authority to show up and save you. That being said, I think I've ranted on long enough, and I'm pretty sure my cereal is past the perfect point of slightly soggy, slightly crunchy. So, like, subscribe, share, comment, do those things, and I'll catch you in the next one.